the dance of the avoidant, the curious choreography of emotional detachment and intricate testing. This is a tale as old as time, my dear listener, and it is titled How Avoidants Test Your Patience and How to Pass. Imagine, if you will, a ballroom, not unlike the grand ones in tales of old, filled with people swirling in pairs, each with their own unique rhythm and style. Among them, the avoidant stands out, not for their exuberance, but for their subtlety. They glide along the edges, seemingly engaged, but always with a foot poised at the threshold, ready to exit at the slightest provocation. Now, you might ask, who are these elusive dancers? The avoidants, as I've come to know them, are individuals who navigate the intricate waltz of relationships with a certain guardedness. They hold their cards close to their chests, as though each emotion were a precious gem to be unveiled only under the most trusted of circumstances. Their actions, often perceived as tests of patience, are more accurately tests of endurance, a series of quiet trials designed to measure the strengths and weaknesses of those brave enough to step into their orbit. Picture a scene, a sunlit afternoon, two figures seated in a cafe, the air rich with the aroma of freshly ground coffee. One figure leans forward, eyes earnest, sharing a story from their past, a fragment of their soul. The avoidant listens intently, yet their own story remains untold, locked within the vault of their mind. Here lies the first test, the test of patience and understanding, for the avoidant reveals themselves in whispers, in moments of vulnerability that are fleeting and rare. Consider the tale of a young artist who once confided in me. He was enamored by a partner whose emotional range seemed as vast as the ocean, a partner who, despite their apparent love, would retreat into the shadows at the slightest hint of conflict. Each retreat was a test not just of the artist's patience, but of his capacity for empathy. The avoidant's silence spoke volumes, a language that required the artist to listen with his heart rather than his ears. To pass such a test, one must master the art of patience, not the passive patience of waiting, but an active, engaged patience. It is the patience of the gardener who tends to a delicate seedling, knowing it will blossom in its own time. It is the patience of the sculptor who chisels away at a block of marble, understanding that beneath the surface lies a masterpiece waiting to be revealed. But why, you may wonder, do avoidants test us so? The answer, I believe, lies in their history. Many avoidants have walked paths paved with disappointment and hurt, their steps echoing with the lessons of past relationships. They have learned to shield themselves, to build walls that protect their hearts from further pain. Their tests, therefore, are not merely obstacles, but opportunities for reassurance, a way to discern whether the partner before them is capable of offering the safety they so desperately seek. In this grand dance, missteps are inevitable. There will be moments of frustration, of doubt, where patience wears thin and tempers fray. Yet it is in these moments that the true test unfolds. Will you retreat as they do, or will you stand firm, extending an olive branch across the chasm of misunderstanding? Passing the test requires more than just patience. It demands courage, vulnerability, and an unwavering commitment to building a bridge of trust. Now, let us delve deeper into the realm of the unexpected, where avoidants often thrive. They are the masters of the unforeseen, introducing twists and turns into the narrative of a relationship with the subtlety of a seasoned playwright. Picture a serene evening, a couple nestled together, their laughter mingling with the crackle of a fireplace. Suddenly, the avoidant withdraws, their warmth replaced by a chill, as though a cloud has passed over the sun. What has triggered this shift, you wonder? This, dear listener, is another test, a test of resilience and adaptability. Consider the story of a woman whose partner, an avoidant to the core, would vanish into silence whenever discussions took a serious turn. She learned to navigate these waters with finesse, acknowledging the retreat without pursuing, offering space without succumbing to despair. She understood that his withdrawal was not a rejection but a reflection of his internal struggle, a dance with his own fears and insecurities. To pass this test, one must embrace the unexpected, viewing it not as a threat but as a challenge. It requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to see the avoidance behavior not as a slight but as an expression of their inner turmoil. It is a call to empathy, to offer understanding without demanding reciprocation, to stand at the ready for when they choose to re-engage. As we journey through this narrative, let us not forget the climactic moments, the crescendos in the symphony of relationships where decisions are made and paths diverge. These moments are the true crucibles of patience, where the mettle of both partners is tested to its limits. Imagine a pivotal conversation, one where truths are laid bare and hearts laid open. The avoidant, caught in the spotlight of vulnerability, hesitates. Here lies the test of trust. Will you hold their gaze, or will you avert your eyes? In a tale recounted to me by a fellow traveler, a couple reached such a moment. The avoidant partner, burdened by the weight of unspoken fears, finally found the courage to speak. Their words were tentative, like a fledgling bird taking its first flight. The response they received was crucial, a gentle acceptance, a promise of safety that transformed the moment into a turning point. It was a testament to the power of patience, a reminder that even the most fortified walls can be breached with love and persistence. Ultimately, passing the test set by avoidance is not about winning a game or proving oneself superior. It is about embracing the journey with all its trials and triumphs, with grace and humility. It is about understanding that relationships, like all great stories, are complex tapestries woven from the threads of shared experiences, each test a stitch that binds the fabric together. As we draw this tapestry to a close, let us reflect upon the lessons learned. Patience, we discover, is not a singular virtue but a multifaceted gem, its facets revealed in the light of love and understanding. It is the patience of waiting, yes, but also the patience of listening, of forgiving, of holding space for another's journey without demanding a roadmap. So, dear listener, as you navigate the intricate dance of relationships, remember the avoidance tests as opportunities for growth and connection. Approach them with an open heart, an eager mind, and a spirit unafraid of the unexpected. For in passing these tests, you do not merely earn the trust of another, you forge a bond that transcends the ordinary, a bond as enduring and timeless as the stories we cherish. And now, as our tale reaches its gentle denouement, I leave you with a final thought. Relationships, like all great narratives, are defined not by their beginnings or endings, but by the journeys undertaken and the patience bestowed along the way. Embrace the journey, cherish the tests, and may you find in them the wisdom to love with a heart unguarded and a spirit unbowed.
If you believe this video might help someone dear to you, share it with them. A small gesture on your part could mean the world to a friend in need.